You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Welcome to Inspiring Leaders. I'm Donna Chandler Newman, your host for our show, and thank you for watching our program. Now, through this show, we meet community leaders and we examine how they're using their unique talents and their skill sets to make a difference. And through our discussions, we hope to inspire others to discover and to share their own leadership abilities for the overall betterment of our community. Today on our show features the longest running sporting event in Shelby County, the Germantown Charity Horse Show. For some 75 years now, this organization has promoted a family-friendly event that's downright fun. The horse show itself is held the first full week of June every year, but they seem to be busy all year long. So what do they do in the off season? Well, they do a lot. And today we'll catch up with their leadership team to get an overview of how they stay active and relevant year-round. In this first portion of our show, we'll meet Mary Livesey, President, and Anna Palmy, board member at large of the Germantown Charity Horse Show. And in our second segment of our show, we'll welcome Dot Stajic, Vice President, and Nancy France, co-chair of the 75th anniversary celebration of the Germantown Charity Horse Show. And so now let's greet Mary Livesey, President, and Anna Palmy, board member at large of the Germantown Charity Horse Show. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
It's good to be here.
I'm glad to see y'all back again. You've been on our show before, and we greatly enjoyed having you. Every time before, it's been right before the horse show. So I'm glad to have you in the off season, where apparently you're busier as you can be. Okay, let's start at the beginning. Mary,
Yes.
Tell us about you and how and when you got involved with the horse show.
I got involved with the horse show I'd been coming to the horse show since we moved to this area a long time ago. But then we moved to Germantown, and I quickly got involved with the horse show, and that was probably about 16 or 17 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you've been president for just over a year, and your term doesn't expire until next August, after the next show.
That's correct.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You're doing one great job, they tell me,
Thank you.
and I'm really happy about that.
Appreciate that.
Anna, tell us about you. How did you get involved with the horse show?
Sure. I grew up in the area, in the Germantown area. And of course, we would always go to the show over the summers. My mom would take us all. We'd grab a lunch or a picnic dinner and drinks and head on up to the horse show and watch the horses go in the main arena. And from that, I graduated from high school, went away to college, came back for work. I've been involved in the horse community. I've ridden horses for many years now. And really saw an opportunity to get involved and was brought in to help with some of the IT type oriented things, and have stuck around from there.
Because that's what you do at your career. You're in IT, correct?
That's correct, yes. I'm an IT project manager.
Okay, gotcha. Well, and so that's a great help to the horse show, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay, the horse show's mission is not IT, however, even though that is absolutely essential. Tell me the mission of the horse show and a little bit about its history.
Well, our mission is to, of course, promote the equestrian sport in our area, but also to benefit children and families that are in need in our area. The horse show began in 1948.
Wow.
Hence, we're getting ready to celebrate our 75th anniversary. They actually acquired the land where the horse show is right now, where the arena is, back in 1950. Mm-hmm. And it's steadily grown ever since then. We have had different charitable organizations that we've given to, but Kindred Place is our primary charitable organization right now, as well as the Germantown Education Foundation and the Houston High School and Germantown High School.
Well, that is absolutely, so Germantown High School is one of your recipients as well.
That's true.
That's perfect, and I'm sure they appreciate it. I know
we
Houston
appreciate
does
them.
too. Well, absolutely. They do a really great job for all that they do here. I have always had great respect for the Germantown Charity Horse Show, and there's no way you could be raised in this area and not come to the show. And I was raised in this area, so I remember it. I do also remember it being much the same as it is now. It's fun, it's friendly, and all the proceeds go to charity.
That's right.
So that's a really good mission, isn't it?
It is a lot of fun, very family-oriented event.
And come on down, right?
That's right. I mean, you can't help but have fun.
I think that's true. I really do. And I can say that as a longtime attendee as well. You know, I've got to ask you, over time, I know you've done some maintenance to the arena itself, but what sparked my interest so much recently is I saw that you announced the Capital Campaign. Tell me about your new Capital Campaign.
Well, that arena that we have now was installed in the 1950s, so you can imagine that over time product deteriorates, and we need to catch up with the times if we want to continue to be an attractive horse show for people all across the Mid-South and beyond to come to our show in June. Then we need to update the footing in our arena. And the footing is that sand that you see, but really there are many different layers to it. There's a drainage system under it. It's quite an extensive process to put in a new arena footing, but that is our mission, and it needs to be done.
You know, you had to actually define that for me the first time we talked about this. So you're doing drainage, and you're doing something called footing. And footing is not the area, like square footage. It is the material. Is that
correct? There's several different layers. There's a drainage system under there. There's the base layer of the soil that is native to that piece of property. Then there are different sizes of rock and sand, so that by the time you get to the top, it's a really fine material, and the water will appropriately seep through and out through the drainage system, so that as horses and riders are in the arena, if there's rainfall, which there almost always is at least one day during the horse show, then the water will drain off quickly and there won't be any risk to the horses or the riders. Plus, it's just much more healthy for the horses to be on a better footing than what we've got now.
So this is a safety issue.
It is.
Okay, and also does it attract more people if you are able to ensure their safety?
Absolutely. Yes. There are other horse shows. People have the option to go to other horse shows. We are not the only one that first full week in June, but we have something that a lot of shows don't have, and that's our Southern hospitality. So we keep people coming back for that, but we really need to upgrade our arena and footings so that we will continue to be their first choice to come in June.
Well, we'll all look for seeing more information so that we can donate to the Capital Campaign.
We'll appreciate that.
That will be something that will be important to all of us, and also for the community. Well, before we talk more about the economic impact of what you do here, including your Capital Campaign, but also what your horse show brings, Anna, tell us about your princesses, because you have princesses every year, right?
That's correct, yes. So we have a number of princesses. These princesses are sponsored by businesses or other charity organizations within the area. So the number fluctuates every year. We currently have our applications open, so if there is someone who is interested in applying to be a princess, the application is available online at our website. And along with that too, it's a great way for businesses and charity organizations in the area to sponsor a princess. You have that business recognition or charity organization recognition throughout all of our princess events, and then of course throughout the show itself. So we have a number of princess events that are specific to our princesses as we start to get them prepared for the horse show and for all of our other fun princess activities like our Royal Ball.
Okay, and this year your time is kind of collapsed a bit, so your deadline is coming up.
That's correct. It is actually a week from today, so November 15th is our deadline for our princess applications to be submitted, and that's through a form online.
Okay, and if I'm like a day late, I can still call you?
That's right.
But that's all.
That's right. Our contact information is available on the website, so you can certainly reach out if you have any challenges as you submit the form or need an extension of some sort.
Okay, all right. And your Royal Ball is when?
February the 3rd.
February the 3rd. So it's usually in March, so this makes all of your events come faster than they have before, correct?
Yes, a little bit. So we'll have a little bit of a tighter timeline to start with our ball being the 3rd of February. So we'll look to fast track a couple of things that I know for our princesses. A lot of concern is around their gown that they choose. And then, of course, as we all know, the alterations associated with those gowns. So making sure that they have plenty of time to get those things done.
Good, that's perfect. Well, okay, so we talked a minute ago, your RFP for the capital campaign is going to bring a lot of money into the coffers of our fair community, but you also have an economic impact pretty much year-round. You've recently done a study on that. Tell me about that economic impact.
We have recently completed an economic impact study, and it shows us that over the course of show week, this is not throughout the year, but over the course of that show week, with all the vendors who come and writers, exhibitors who come, we have a $4 million impact on Germantown and Shelby County. So it's not insignificant. Certainly.
Well, it's quite significant because you also are actually talking about 5 days.
That's right. That's a $4 million impact in 5 days.
Unbelievable. So that's a huge impact. And yet year-round you also have other events going on in the arena too that bring people.
Yes, there are other shows. The West Tennessee Hunter Jumper Association has shows in the fall and the spring. There's a carriage driving show. There are dog shows. All kinds of fun.
And they all rent the arena from
They
you?
do.
That's wonderful. And yet they also stay here, eat here, buy gas here, and contribute to that impact beyond that $4 million.
Correct.
Right?
That is correct.
Well, you know, Germantown Charity Horse Show is amazing for our community. And we thank you. We thank you, ladies, for all that you do. And I know the riders and the horses and everybody else is going to be thrilled with your new footing. And I thank you for what you do for our community.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here today. We're going to pause now for a short break, and when we return, we'll meet Dot Sajik, Vice President, and Nancy France, co-chair of the 75th anniversary celebration of the Germantown Charity Horse Show.
I believe the orchestra program is an important part of education because it gives students a way to process and express emotions that they don't get in other classes.
Good, let's do that one more time.
Before I went into the orchestra program, I didn't really see the value of music until I really got into the community of people who were so into the idea of music. And so I feel like once I got around those individuals, they really helped me find myself and realize that music is what makes me happy.
When I first went into orchestra, I was a very shy and very quiet and closed-off person. But now I see myself as a bit more confident and a bit more open to not only other people, but to new opportunities.
I believe that the atmosphere is very friendly, but also open-minded. We all are open to hear others' ideas and just come together as one to figure out what we need to do to get to our one goal.
One and ready, go! Here we go. Nice.
The students learn teamwork. They learn how to work together, not just for a win, like in a sports activity, but their main goal is aesthetics and beauty.
I love that in orchestra you get to use music with your peers to create a story, and you get to give that to the world, basically.
For more information about the Kappa program, visit ghskappa.com or call 755-7775. watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Welcome back. Today on our program, we're pleased to host leaders of the Germantown Charity Horse Show. And now we welcome Dot Stajic, Vice President, and Nancy France, co-chair of the 75th anniversary celebration, both with the Germantown Charity Horse Show. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you. We appreciate it very much.
I'm so glad to see you both here today. Thank you for coming so much. And so, okay, let's start with you, Dot. By the way, we've known each other forever.
While.
And a day. Yes, we have. You are Vice President and Sponsorship Chair.
That's correct.
So tell me how you heard about the horse show, how you got involved, how long you've been involved.
We moved to Germantown in 2002, and I started my daughter in riding lessons. And as time progressed, she started to show in little schooling shows at the horse show grounds. And I started to meet people who belong to the horse show group that puts on the events. And it's been wonderful. The other, I guess, fun thing about the group is husbands are involved. So it was a good way for my husband and I to enjoy something together, along with my daughter Elizabeth.
That's pretty good, isn't it? All right, and your daughter still rides, or?
Yes, she does. Yes, she does. She's married now, but her horse is with her.
Of course it is. Well, now, Nancy, you're a longtime Germantown resident, and I believe that the horse show is in your DNA. Is that right?
I think it's probably in my DNA. So I grew up here in Germantown, and my parents were always very active in the horse show, so therefore we were always active in the horse show. I remember summer times painting jumps, being up there with, I was probably elementary age, and painting the jump poles, walking through the show with boxes of t-shirts, selling and doing various jobs at the horse show. So yes, it's always been part of my family.
Okay, and you've always been involved, and now you're involved in an even deeper way. You've been on the board. You're a former board member at large, right?
I am. I'm a former board member, and that was a very interesting experience because I learned so much more. I know Germantown. I don't necessarily know horse shows. So that was a very interesting experience to become part of that.
Did your family ride?
We never rode. No, we did not.
Mine didn't either, but we've always been around the horse show. We didn't ever ride either, but so I'm glad you guys are deeply immersed in it now. So let's talk, first of all, sponsorship. Tell me about sponsorship, because I know that there is nothing cheap about putting together a horse show like that. How does it work?
Well, our purpose in the sponsorships is to raise funds that will cover the cost of prizes and some of the event expenses. A horse show can run over $700,000 to put on for 5 days.
Wow.
And so it's a big job. Part of that is covered by in-kind sponsorships from local businesses, which has been marvelous. And the rest of it we have to raise in cash.
Yeah, and that's pretty tough, isn't it?
And so we have different levels of sponsorship. That they begin at right now the top level's at $25,000. That sponsor underwrites our Grand Prix jumping event, which is our signature event on Saturday. And the sponsorships run all the way down to under $300 for our charity friends, because we are very interested in as many people participating in our show as sponsors as we can.
But if I only had $100 or $50, would you turn me down?
Absolutely not. You would be one of Charity's prize friends, and Charity happens to be our mascot. That's the name of our mascot.
And Charity is a horse.
Yes, he is.
Ah, I see. And a very attractive horse, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, very much, very much.
I thought so. Well, okay, so basically you will take any amount of money up to $25,000, but from just around $300 to $25,000 buys you a
class sponsorship where your name is actually listed on a class. Last year we had 736 classes,
Wow.
And so, again, lots of opportunity for people to be associated with a particular type of class, because we're an all-breed show, which means we have hunters and jumpers, horses that are typically thoroughbreds. And then we also have other breeds such as the Gypsy Vanner horses,
Those are pretty.
which have real long mane and tails. The little girls love those. We have very fancy, dainty horses, the Passiafino horse, which actually dances on a wood board, which is kind of interesting, and racking horses, and we have carriages, and so all of those classes need to have somebody sponsor them. So,
Do you have your $25,000 sponsor for next year already?
well, we're working on that confirmation as we speak.
All right,
Yes.
so that piece we're working on, if somebody out there is wanting to do this quickly,
We would love it.
yeah.
And again, our major sponsors at $25,000, at $10,000, at $5,000, and so forth, they have extra perks in that they are listed in our advertising online. They're listed in our programs with lovely ads. They also have the opportunity to get a box of seats for the show if they desire, and banners that they can hang in the ring. It's just a lot of things that we try to make it very, very user-oriented.
It sounds like it. Well, okay, so you've been doing this 75 years now. Nancy, tell us about the anniversary celebration. It's more than just a dinner. That's what I figured you were doing. Tell me what you're doing.
So it is a big deal. So the horse show is a big deal to us anyway. But 75 years, that is an incredible accomplishment that the horse show has made, because Dot just told you what all it takes to put a horse show on. So to have 75 years under our belt, that's incredible. So we have divided up into some subcategories. We have lots of volunteers working on it. We have a history group that's working on the history of the horse show, including the women of the horse show, because it was started primarily by men, but those wives were strong backbones to that. So we have a history component going on. We actually have a professional art auction that we are putting together to bring some more just the knowledge about the show, just information about the show. We're hoping to reach a lot more people that way. It's not much of a fundraiser per se. I guess it is a little bit of a fundraiser, but it's mostly just to recognize what's going on in our community. And we also have a school age art show that's going to be going on at the same time. The winners of that contest will they will have small monetary prizes, but also their artwork will be displayed and perhaps even sold. Hopefully for them it would be nice. We also have a committee that is working on a celebration, because it is a celebration. 75 years anniversary is a big celebration. So we have people working on a very festive celebration event during the show or right around the show time. And then our last component is we are trying to work on the 75th, or just a historical marker sign. It doesn't really have to do with the 75th. It just has to do with the whole horse show, but it will have the beginning date on it. So that is that's important for Germantown, I believe, and the whole community. So we have a lot of work cut out for us. We're working with the historical commission on that, and lots of forms, and but we're very excited. It's a lot of energy going on, and Dot just did a great job explaining all the different classes and all, but I just want to comment on the amount of people that work for the show. There's a huge amount of people. You're just meeting 4 of us today, but you look around at any of our meetings, which we would love to have you come to one of our meetings, and everyone in that room is working hard. They are working for this show, and they work all year round for this show. So thank goodness for their commitment.
You're absolutely right. And there's been a huge thrust in the last couple of years for membership. Is that right?
That's correct.
So it's not a TikTok, the game's locked. If you want to get involved, you're welcome.
Absolutely welcome. We would enjoy young people and oldsters all alike.
And so how would I get more information to do that?
Well, at our website, GHS.org. Also, we have events during the beginning in August, which is our first meeting. We try to invite people to come. And as they attend various meetings, get a chance to participate in some of the other show activities that we have going on all year round, as well as the show itself.
And I don't have to wait.
Welcome.
And I don't have to wait to the beginning of the year.
No, you can come anytime.
So at any membership meeting, if I wanted to become involved, I'd be welcome.
Absolutely welcome.
Okay, so you guys are looking for people to help, and you're right, it takes an awful lot of people to put it on, but it is a huge impact for the community, and it's one of the most high-profile events that's done in our community. So I'm really glad to see that. So you guys have enjoyed your time.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what. And you're next year's president. You start then. It's a 2-year.
I will. It will be an honor.
And it's a 2-year term.
Yes, it is.
Right.
Yes.
Any big plans you're going to tell us about on the QT right now?
Well, I just want to carry forward the projects that Mary and Anna mentioned in terms of our footing projects. That'll carry forward, and just looking to make sure our show continues to meet the needs of our charity organizations as well as the community at large.
Thank you. Well said. Well said. Thank you both for being here, and thank you so much for all that you do for Germantown Community Horse Show, Germantown Charity Horse Show, which I've known about all my life. Germantown Charity Horse Show, which is such a fine organization, and you guys do great work. Thank you so much for all you do.
You're most welcome, Donna. Thank you.
And thank you for being with us today for Inspiring Leaders. We appreciate our guests on today's show, Mary Livesey, Anna Palmy, Dot Stajic, and Nancy France, all representing the Germantown Charity Horse Show. If what you've heard on our program today has inspired you to learn more, to become involved, to donate to the Germantown Charity Horse Show, then please visit their website, GCHS.org. As a reminder, the 2024 Germantown Charity Horse Show will be held on Tuesday, June the 4th through Saturday, June the 8th. And again, if you needed to look those dates up again, it would be GCHS.org. Now, if you're interested in the air dates of Inspiring Leaders or of any other show on our television station, you can visit GHS-TV.org, where we're streaming live 24 hours a day. You can keep up with GHS-TV by visiting our website. We hope you'll like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you for joining us, and be sure and watch us again next month as we present more Inspiring Leaders.